So this is a very human Gia post, and I'm coming down from the high of my channeling session, my full woo circle. I am feeling all the anxious feels about it. So again, as I've been trying to walk you through my process and kind of show behind the curtain about what it's like to be a psychic in the modern life, an intuitive, someone who puts themselves out there for this kind of content, I thought it would be helpful to walk through this because, like, this is a lot. When I do my group circles that are just for healing, I never have a single moment's self-consciousness about it at all, because that's coming from me, that's coming from my expertise, my insight, things that I've learned as a healer over the years, from my personal experience and from my work as a healer. And then I channel these healing ceremonies, and they're very powerful, very beautiful. So I never have like the vulnerability hangover, after you do something really vulnerable and then you're like, oh shit, that's out there and I can't take it back. I don't have that with the healing circles. But with the channeling circle today, I'm really feeling it. It is really strange, very strange, being a psychic, being a channel, because when you're there in the moment and you're open and the information is coming in and the energies are and this is the same thing with my client sessions. When you're there actively in the energy and it's open and it's all coming in, there's not a moment's hesitation, a moment of doubt in your mind, because the energy is active, it's alive. You feel it, you're responding to it. It is crystal clear. But then there comes a part where you've closed that part down and you've come back down to earth and you're going back in your human life and you're not actively in that energy anymore. And you start to have some feelings about it. And what it really comes down to, I think, is that I don't have control of what comes through when I channel. And that's a beautiful thing when you're doing it live, because it feels like this incredible dance, this harmony with the universe and with these divine forces that are streaming through you. It is a beautiful, incredible thing. And those of you who have experienced that, you have chills, you have tears. Those of you who are having incredible reactions to the energies as they come through, it feels amazing in the moment. But because that's not me, that's not the human me doing it, that's spirit moving through. When I get out of spirit and I go back to my human life, I'm like, what just happened? As a channel in particular, I always go through this vulnerability. I should be used to it by now. But I always go, and the way I've described it before is, like, I grew up taking piano lessons. I'm a former pageant girl. I played piano for my talent. And when I'm going up there to perform, I am ready. I am more than ready. I've practiced for months. It's memorized. I have the flourish. I've got the dress, like the whole thing. That's a performance that I can control every aspect of. And I've worked that down to perfection. But as a channel, I'm flying blind. And I just go in there and spirit comes through and I have to fully surrender to the process. And it's a lot. But you know what? Beyond the channeling stuff, it's getting even harder to be a psychic in this space, because the same deal, like when I'm channeling, when I'm open and I'm receiving downloads and spirits telling me and showing me and all these things, and then I come out here and say it, it's hard out here in these streets when we're looking around at the world and we're not seeing what spirit is showing us. And again, with the backlash that I've experienced and with the 4 a.m. club kind of taking their lumps, it's kind of rough. I guess this is just giving me a lot of empathy for religious heretics. I keep saying, like, I must have been a cult leader in a past life and this is my karma. And I'm coming out here and I'm like delivering messages from spirit, and it's having a beautiful effect and a beautiful impact. But it's so weird putting it out online as my audience grows, because, like, I can't control where that goes. Once it leaves my mouth, people are going to do with it what they're going to do with it. And I have zero control over that. And that's terrifying. The thing is, though, that's how it is with everything we say and everything we do. We go through life, we have interactions with people, we say things, we have these conversations, and then people go off and they're going to do what they're going to do with it. It's just weird as I'm growing into this role. You guys, I got big overnight. In less than 3 months, I have 100,000 followers, and that's a lot. So I really have not had a lot of time to grow into this and ease into the comfort. It's not comfortable. Mostly, all right, I'll be honest. Mostly what I felt through this journey is the love and support of the community who feels the way I feel. And that's what's emboldened me to keep sharing, is because when I share things, people say, I got that too. I felt that too. Yes, that's what I'm seeing. Yes, that you're confirming what I know. And so I felt emboldened to be the mouthpiece for you, to validate and be the one who will be brave enough to say the thing that everyone's thinking and not everyone's saying. So for the most part, this has been a wonderful experience, and I'm like pinching myself every day. How is this, like, it's been incredible. But every now and then, on a day like today, when I was so high up in those energies and coming back down to earth is just, it's a lot. It's so interesting though. I mean, it's perfect. How for the past 5 years, I've been working with artists on the other side. I've been working with huge artists, David Bowie, Freddie Mercury, Prince, Judy Garland, the people who held the world in the palm of their hand. And they had that energy that got up there and projected 100,000 people. And now I can see they've been preparing me in a way. I mean, it's absolutely not the same thing. It is not the same thing. But being able to hold my energy open for that many people to engage with what I'm putting out is a lot. And when it's working, when it's popping, when I'm vibing with my audience and when we're feeling good about the information, we're all like vibing on the same energy, it's absolutely Freddie Mercury, Live Aid, bop, when he was doing the thing and the audience was singing back, like in the best version of it, it feels like that. But what I learned from writing my book, Messages from the Stars, from having these conversations with these famous folks, they talk the most about their vulnerabilities, about what it feels like when the crowds are gone and it's just you, and how do you cope with your influence? How do you cope with the energy you put into the world, and is it coming back to you? And how do you be a normal person after having those highs that they experienced? So I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying here. This is just me having a vulnerability hangover and me just like walking my talk of I'm doing my best to wield this role responsibly and ethically, but man, sometimes it's tough. It is tough. So I'm just really appreciative of all the love that you send me, all the gratitude you send me. It makes it worth it. It's getting hard. It's getting hard to keep putting myself out there, putting myself on a limb, saying things that I don't know if they're going to be verified. I was certainly wrong about what happened last Monday. But here I am again, sharing things that I don't know if they'll ever be verified, and I can't control that. And it's hard. It's hard being a mouthpiece of spirit. So I'm just pushing myself forward. What do I keep saying with these like boat and train metaphors? I'm on board. I'm going to ride it till the wheels fall off, I guess. Nowhere to go but up.